Good morning, hello, welcome everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'll be giving you a prediction reading for the 7th of January. First off, I just want to say thanks to all my fellow Braveheart biker music lovers out there for all your feedback with all the music and songs that we get on this channel. You help me out heaps. Sometimes I can't quite get to the band or the singer, or I get the tunes and I often don't know who's actually singing, and it was Darren Hayes yesterday from Savage Garden, so thank you everybody for always helping me out with that. The other thing I just want to mention, if you are new here, I pretty much let my guys channel through to you, and we do use a lot of code words on my channel just to keep my channel out of sort of being pushed down the algorithms, because they do control a lot of my comments, YouTube. So if you hear a strange word like Albanese is elbow, that's what's going on. We're using code words. So just getting started here, I'll just give you a little bit of an update in Australia. I like to let you guys know what's currently going on. Yes, now I'm sure this is happening globally. They've got the terrible strep A that is now, yes, it's attacking children. So you have to be very careful, and they're saying that it starts as a sore throat. Yes. So that could kind of pretty much be anything, couldn't it? So these are some of the symptoms. So you need to get to hospital if that's happening. And also, when they're talking about that here in Australia, they're discussing how there is a shortage of penicillin as well to treat these things. So I'm guessing there's going to be a lovely strep A vaccine that will come out very shortly. I don't doubt it. Do you guys? Yes. And also, of course, just to keep you up to date with Dictator Dan down here in Victoria, Melbourne, of course, he's got a really bad run of the new COVID variant, I think it is, and they're announcing on the news today, yes, 15 people a day in Victoria are dying from COVID. The immortal COVID virus that just goes on and on and on. Apparently 15 people a day. Now, that sounds a hell of a lot. I'm guessing they're not all dying just with CV virus. I'm thinking there could be other ailments involved there. But anyway, who am I to say? I'm just relaying you the messages, guys, and the things that are happening here in Australia, which is absolute BS and nonsense. Us BS detectors are onto this, aren't we? So that's where we're at in Australia. Let me know where you guys are at, if you're getting these same terrible surges of these seem to be never-ending viruses that keep going around. Okay, enough of me prattling on. I'll close my eyes and get started, guys, and we'll see what comes up. God, I'm just getting that fundraising to the capitals again. We know what's happening. We know they're pouring money into the capitals. This is globally. All the capital cities are getting hit with huge lots of funding. So the money's pouring into the capitals. I keep saying it. So we know that they're looking at designing all these like 15-minute cities, and that you'll only be able to drive, or not drive, they actually want you to walk and ride your bike in these 15-minute cities. So we know there's a lot of this restructuring going on in the capital cities globally. And this, I think, is pretty much everywhere. We're definitely getting that money's pouring in. Well, I said this year they're going to talk heaps and heaps about global warming. We know they are, because they've got to push their agenda. But I'm now getting shown visions of, I don't know if I'm getting shown these visions of an iceberg, because we know there's so much more to the reset. I often talk here, guys, about the Great Reset is this little tiny bit of the iceberg on top of the surface, but there's all this underneath the water, guys. We often talk about that here, that there's a lot more to come with the Great Reset rollout. But I'm getting these visuals that they're going to start using visuals of these great big icebergs cracking and moving away from these, like, I suppose you could call them glaciers or land masses, whatever you want to call them. And they're going to be showing this on TV. And what they're saying is, when these icebergs kind of drift away, I mean, this has happened for thousands of years, nothing new, is it? But they're going to get some really good footage of it. And it's sort of saying that when that happens, that because they drift away from the big ice mass, they melt, and so it brings up the water levels as well. So there's all this threat of the water levels rising again. We're going to get all of this. This is the kind of crap they're going to start to feed people. This is really happening. Look what's happening to this iceberg breaking away. So I'm getting this visual of like this huge iceberg floating away, and then it's all going to melt, and it's going to bring all the water levels up. Oh God, really? But don't be surprised if this is the sort of crap they're going to bring out now. So they're going to start to put fear in anyone that's living around the water edges. Although, isn't it interesting? I'm sure I did hear that Bill Gates built a great big mansion right on the water's edge. So I'm guessing if the icebergs were really affecting the water levels, that maybe the elites wouldn't build their big palaces right near the water. So, you know, same old, more lies and deception. But I'm getting that. The global warming, it's still going to be the big thing they're going to focus on. And I'm getting the big image of the iceberg floating away, and so that the heat of the earth and everything is going to melt it and bring water levels are continuing to rise, apparently. We know why water levels are continuing to rise, don't we? And it could be a little bit of weather manipulation we're thinking here on my channel. All right, let's see what else we get. God, they're showing me this running race, right? They're showing everybody lined up on this like track and field event, and everybody's lined up, and the government, well, the government, of course, all the elites have the gun, and they're about to bang the gun. But what they've done, and this is with the little people, it's showing me they've put the elastic bands around everybody's waist. So everybody's, if you can picture, everyone's got this elastic band around their waist, and it's tied behind them so they can't run. It's like they're just running on the spot, or on like that treadmill situation. So people are pulling their elastic bands, and some pull them more than others. I would say we would be the ones that actually pull them very, very taut when we're running, and we actually might break them this year. That's what I'm getting for us BS detectors and Braveheart bikers, who are now the gladiators as well yesterday. But that's what I'm getting. See, the government's putting restrictions on people. If you think about the elastic band in a running race, everyone's going to move at different, or stretch their elastic band differently. Some will push it further to the point that it snaps, and others will just push a little bit, and others will just stay on the start line. So this year there's going to be a lot of staggering around the people, and this would be around the people waking up, and this is around everyone, because the government's going to put very big restrictions on people. Gee, that's change, isn't it? As if we haven't had enough of that for 3 years. So I am getting, there's this elastic band going around everybody's waist, and it's how far are you kind of going to pull this. We know some people won't get off the start blocks. There's a lot of people like that. They'll probably even wear their masks to the race, the running race. So that's what I'm getting. They're going to pull these tight restrictions and tie people back from being allowed to run or move forward, or just get on with their life, basically, is what the race represents. So there's going to be a lot of staggering this year, which would be us breaking our elastic bands, people pulling their elastic bands really tight, meaning pushing their boundaries with government, this kind of thing. Hopefully you can get that image in your mind. But all the while, government's in charge with their start gun, you know. But tying us all back, oh, it's so frustrating, isn't it? Oh, not for us. We still break the elastic bands, guys. Let's see what else we get. So a lot of restrictions this year. Oh God, it's just never ending, isn't it? And it's showing me even in this running game, like this, people are tired of this game. They're starting. See, they are. The people in their bubble denial suits, sleepwalkers, they know this is a game now. They're starting to sense something isn't right. How can we just keep getting fed the same bullshit, as we know, repetitively over and over? It's like never ending. And it's showing me that some of the people at this running race have even just sat down at the start line. Because they're just... what would you say? They're just dumbfounded is the word. Like, what's happening? Why are we going through? This is the people waking up. Why are we going through all this again? Why is this happening again? And it's almost like defeat. If you think of somebody sitting down at the start of a race, you're pretty much sitting down because you're defeated and you think you've got no chance of winning it, don't you? So there's still going to be a handful of people who will just feel defeated this year because they just won't know what to do. Stand up and fight. Why don't they do that? Oh my God, this is so frustrating to watch, guys, isn't it? So I am getting that there's going to be a lot of people who are just going to feel defeated by everything that's coming at them. Oh, and I mean, that would be more than just a virus too, if we think about it. That's everything, globally too, financially, everything. I'm getting that the dollar's going to take a real turn this year too. Like, everything's going to just take a big dip this year. We know that it is. Everything's just having an epic fail this year. Really, when you think of finances, inflation, all a big collapse that's coming with the economy, you know, we know that's happening. No surprises to any of us here. This is the year where that's all going to start to happen. Yeah, and just people are reaching breaking point. They're at that point now. Like I said, when the year clock's over, that's when it's going to start to hit people, because all the bills come in, and then all the credit card bills come in, and everything just starts to pile up, and you get this big mountain of debt is what's going to start happening. And that's why I see a lot of people starting to stand more in February, March, because it'll start to pile up on them. Probably not a lot of us, because we've seen it coming and we've been able to prepare, fortunately, but a lot of other people are feeling defeated, or will be feeling defeated. Okay. I'm getting America. There's a lot of stuff going on in America at the moment. What's that? Is it your Senate? What's going on there? There seems to be this big standoff in your parliament, doesn't it? Where it's all even at the moment or something, and like there's no decisions, or I don't know, same old crap. Well, when you're covering up lies and deception, it's hard to make it look real, isn't it? When it's all bloody fake and manipulated. We know that in America. Hang on a minute. Let's see what we get with this. I'm just getting in America, there's a real driving force behind this. There's a driving force of energy. You guys over there are staying very, very strong. You're standing up to the nonsense and garbage now. I do get that for America. Because you're wanting to be heard. You're wanting to have your voice. Because you're tired. You're tired of being suppressed and just like shoved into the corner. The people in America have been shoved in the corner, like you don't matter, you don't make a difference, we're not going to listen to you. That's what's been happening under the Biden administration. Oh, I don't think they even listen to Biden, do it? Well, we know he's not making the decisions, but I am getting that. It's been long enough, and you guys have all risen up out of the corner of the room and come forward now. So I am getting this good energy. There's an energy behind these decision-making processes at the moment that could make a shift. So fingers crossed, guys, that happens over there, that there's a shift. Remember, this is the year of the shift too. That's what I keep calling it. So fingers crossed. Wouldn't that be so good? Oh my gosh. It would be so good. Actually, a video popped up the other day of the Simpsons predictions, because I do predictions. It just comes up on my feed sometimes. It said something like, in years to come, Ivanka Trump for president or something. I did laugh at that. I thought that's so funny. Oh, dear. The things that the Simpsons have on there are very funny, guys. They do a lot of predictions, actually. Funny as. Is it Ivanka, his daughter? Yeah, that's her name, isn't it? Oh, I'm sure it is. Anyway, it was his daughter, Trump's daughter, if I've got that wrong. I think it's Ivanka. I can't remember. But anyway, so I do feel like your energy is really, you might have enough energy to kind of push things over the line. Because I feel like you're getting a lot of truth tellers now. And this is what I keep saying about kind of the whistleblowing kind of thing. There's people coming out that are truth tellers, that are going to start to tell the truth. Wouldn't that be great in America? God, imagine all the lies and deception that's gone on there in the last God, who knows? But I am getting that the people are finally up out of the corner of the room, and that they're pushing forward now with vibration. So your vibration's having a big impact in America. So stay strong over there. I know this has been really challenging for you guys. I still feel like there's going to be a hearing around the Hunter Biden laptop. I mean, how can you get away with that? It was, the crap he did was so, like, serious. It wasn't like it was just, like I keep saying, it wasn't like it's just a little bit of prostitutes and cocaine. He was wheeling and dealing and making some very big decisions globally, or whatever he was doing, I don't really know. But, you know, we know China's involved there somehow. God knows who else is involved. I'm getting Saudi Arabia for some reason. I don't know, it just come into my head, so I'll just say it. So there's been a lot of wheeling and dealing that's gone on in the background, a lot of money exchanges. So I still feel like this is going to have to be heard. Might not ever know the full extent of what went on, but we'll take anything, won't we, guys? We'll take anyone being called out for their bullshit, lies and garbage. So stay strong in America. Your energy is making a difference. Okay, let's see what else we get. God, I'm getting all these, like, global elites and the politicians and everything, and it's showing me them on a treadmill now, but they're running really fast, but they're kind of going nowhere. So that it's like showing me them with, like, sweat dripping off, and that everything's sped up for them. So it's almost like, and I think we could probably say that it has. I think in Norway, was it Norway? I saw something actually the other day about they're getting rid of all the petrol cars, I think, in 2025. They've brought their dates forward. So maybe this is going to start to happen globally too, that these leaders are going to be really put under the pump and put under pressure to get these things rolled out more, because it's showing me like them sweating on this treadmill, because someone's like pressed the treadmill button and it's going faster and faster and faster. We know they're super competitive, and maybe when all these leaders and things are so competitive too, it causes other people to act faster and bring their dates closer. So I am getting this, things are going faster to the point that it's almost showing them like dripping with sweat, and then, you know, you could almost get a stitch where you can't keep going. So I really feel like the reset, we know it was coming in the beginning of this year, is going to be really sped up. Because of them being so bloody competitive with each other, it's causing all of them to sort of step up their game, and everything's going faster and faster and faster and faster, and it's showing me them all on the treadmill. This is Jacinda Trudeau, Macron, Jacinda, sorry, I keep forgetting her name, Elbow, the whole lot. Is it Mirren over there in Finland? All of them. They're all, well, not to forget Sushi, they're all speeding this up. Very competitive, a very competitive bunch. That's what I'm getting. So I feel like a lot of dates are going to come forward, and these could be the things that wake people up too, because they're going to start, little people like the sleepwalkers and that, because they're going to feel that pressure of, oh my God, what? I'm not going to be able to afford to do all this. It's nuts. So that's what I'm getting. There's been a speed up in the reset process. It's showing me now the red carpet is like, well, we had the black and white chess game the other day, didn't we? And maybe that's the crossover, but I'm getting now the grid pattern. You know, when someone finishes a car race and they wave the checkered flag, the black and white checkered flag. Well, that's what we're getting on the reset rollout for this year, is the black and white check flag. It's like a race to the finish. Everybody wants to get the checkered red, oh, not red carpet, I keep calling it red carpet, the checkered carpet out, because they want to be the big winner. See, they're so competitive. So that's what we're getting this year. Not only do we get the red carpet rollout of the reset, we get the checkered carpet, because they want all this to happen faster and faster. And that's why we're getting that image of the like checkered flag at the end of the race. Like, well, this would probably be around the electric cars, renewables, blah, 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 being around car racing stuff. That's just what I'm getting. It's just nuts, isn't it? So they're all under the pump. under a lot of pressure, these global elites, to perform. Charles too, but Klaus would be up there sort of, you know, looking over everything, checking on everyone that they're doing their correct job. Klaus Schwab, that is. If anyone doesn't know him, please go look it up. You'll find heaps of information of him on YouTube and the WEF website if you don't know who he is. So that's what I'm getting. Hang on a minute, see if there's something else today. God, I'm getting this image of a lot of these global leaders and elites getting very tongue-tied with their words. And this would probably be, I would say, when they're having their Q&A, their questions and answers, they're going to get a bit tongue-tied, because if you think about it, what they're doing is extremely complicated. Like I keep saying to you guys, I get overwhelmed even thinking about how the frig are they going to change the whole global everything and reset everything. So they're even going to get a bit tongue-tied themselves, these leaders. I am getting that. Well, we know who does get a bit tongue-tied, i.e. Biden. Gets a little tongue-tied. If anyone watches any of those videos sometimes, oh my God, he gets quite tongue-tied even with the teleprompter. But I am getting that they're going to start to get a bit tongue-tied themselves, because they're going to get a bit confused in their own narrative. So we might see a few blooper reels of them stuffing up. Mind you, we all do that. I do it here as well, don't I, guys? Oh my God. Because you get a lot of information. This is what's going to happen to them. They're going to get confused by dates and things like that, and then people are going to call it out, and then they're going to have to fix that, and then they're going to have to. So I am getting there's a lot of this getting tongue-tied and trying to answer a question that they know the answer to, but then they've got to quickly think on the spot and make something. Well, we know Trudeau's very good at doing this, isn't he? Oh, I didn't know. Dan Andrews, Dictator Dan in Victoria, another one, very good at manipulating the questions and getting his way out of things. You know, as corrupt as they can be, but they still manage to talk their way out of it. But I am getting there's going to be a lot more of this getting tongue-tied and not being able to answer the questions so clearly. They're going to have to process and think and then try and come up with an answer, because they know what the real answer. See, this is the thing. They know what the real answer is. And for example, you know, why are interest rates going up? Just say this is a conference, a press conference or something, and they'll go, to help the economy, you know, but in their brain, they're going to take people down to nothing, because we want people to own nothing and be happy. And that's our main goal. But they've got to quickly come up with answers, see, that make sense to the little people, that it feels like they're helping little people. Like I said, Sushi's the one that's going to be good at doing that. But I am getting a lot of this getting tongue-tied. So look out for that, guys. We might start to see, you'll see a delay in their answers. They won't be as confident going forward, these leaders, because they're going to have to delay, because they'll be thinking, oh, this is great, this is working, we're taking everybody out and we're implementing everything we want, but they're going to have to say something else. So look at their body language too. I talk here a lot about body language, how it can really tell you a lot of things. I've got lots of videos on body language if you want to check those out, anyone's interested in that. But your body language will tell you a lot of what their what the truth is, because often it's not the words. They say it's like 20% verbal, 80% is usually body language, that so you can tell the truth by what someone's actually doing. It's very interesting to observe body language. And we know, of course, a lot of these leaders are quite trained in that. They're very good at doing these ones and opening their palms and looking very honest. And, you know, some of them are quite clever. Biden, not so much. The trying to find how to walk off stage and shaking nobody's hand, and that. There's some very good tells and body language signs that you're losing your mind, basically, is what I'm seeing. And you're getting very bad dementia. That's definitely how I'd read that body language. All right, I'll see there's something else to close with today. I'm getting really strong that the childcare industry is changing. They're changing. I kept saying they're trying to make this more of an education, like early daycare. See, they know if they can get into children very early, they can manipulate young ones into their lovely reset narrative by educating them young and planting all their seeds that they want to. Look at an example, the LGBTQ. That is normal for a lot of our kids. They've kind of, oh yeah, whatever. They're just used to it. And that's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm just using that as an example of how they indoctrinate kids. And we know they're trying to indoctrinate kids with all sorts of things right from very young. So I am getting the childcare industries might start to have a bit of a change this year. This is globally too. I feel like they're going to become more educational systems, not just go to daycare, have fun and play in the dirt and sand pit and read, fun stories. I feel like this is going to become more structured and it's more educational. God knows what they're teaching the kids now. We all do worry about and question that here. God, there's so many kids around my area that have got really bad depression and stuff, guys. And I don't think it's all from COVID. It's not. Oh, it's just nuts, isn't it? We do have to question some of these things. All right, I'll see if there's something else to close with today. Hold everything, hang on. God, they're giving me this phrase that people want answers now. People want answers. Bubble denial suit, sleepwalkers, they want answers. They want to know what's going on. That's moving into this year. They want to know what is going on. And I think, like I keep saying to you, I think all these new variants and things, they're going to think, what is going on? See, Elbow hasn't even shut our borders here. I don't know what's happening where your countries are, but China releasing all the big bad virus, we don't even know what it is or what it does to people. Elbow's just, you can just do a little PCR test and still come into Australia. So come on, virus, over here, come to Australia so we can, put more jabs in arms. We know how it goes. Or I'm sure Canada hasn't closed its borders, has it? I bet they haven't. So, it's pretty easy to read where this is all heading, isn't it? Dollars, jab wheel. So people are starting to really want some answers now because none of it's making sense. I keep saying a lot of them are drifting out of the mass psychosis now. So they're starting to wake up and see some of these truths. God, they needed to. They were stuck in it for like 3 years. I'd love to know how that worked. It's a bit beyond our thinking, isn't it, guys? We know it's like a form of hypnosis, but it is... Bloody hell, that worked. And they would fight you to the death about it, wouldn't they? Getting their jab. Oh, my God, it was just nuts. And it's still going on. Oh, my God. All right, hang on 2 secs. God, I'm getting this song. This is the second time they've given it to me. And is it by Craig Davies? Craig Davis? Monday, thinking about you on Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I don't know what that song is. What's this song mean? Hang on. God, now they're giving me the Beatles song. There's something about days of the week. I'm getting that Beatles song now. 8 days a week. Oh, I need your love, baby. Ba 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 da ba. 8 days a week. I'm getting all these songs about days of the week. Hang on, let's see what this means. Yeah, see, the guys are saying they want us to work 8 days a week. This is the global elites and that, because they want us working for big corporate. We know that here they don't want us having independence or our own business. Now, when CV happened, they highlighted how great it was everyone could work from home, and then there was even a lot of talk about the 4-day week, which is very tempting for a lot of people. But that's not what I'm seeing in this rollout. I'm seeing like working 8 days a week. Working, they just want people working and working, and we know that's true because look how quick they were to pull people out of retirement when there were job shortages and that during the CV virus. They want people working their whole life for them, of course, for the elite, but they wanting people to start work younger. I think was it New Zealand or somewhere? They were looking at getting people to vote younger, to drop. It might have been in Australia actually, to get people working from 12 or 13. It was some crazy age, and get you working later and coming out of retirement. So maybe that's why we're getting this, just working like 8 days a week, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm just getting this thing about days of the week and how it's all gonna, what they're saying, it's all just gonna, these global elites want us all working for them, and they want it all just rolling together, meaning no holidays, no time off, no downtime, just work. And they're giving me that song, of course. Oh, who sings it? 'Cause I'm working for the man, working for the man. They're an Aussie band, actually. I've had that song before here. 'Cause I'm working for the man. Oh, it's like where they're working on the chain gang. And that's the message I'm going to leave you with today. It's mental as anything. Mental as anything. Pretty sure it's mental as anything. 'Cause I'm working for the man. And that's the goal of this whole reset, is that we'll be working for the man. And we know who the man is. Probably Cotton Schwab, Santa Claus, we call him. We have a few nicknames here for him. But it's just working for all the global elites. And that's the message I'm going to leave you with today. That's a bit depressing, guys. Hang on. Let me see if there's something a bit more fun, because that's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Hang on. I'm getting a song for us, guys. This is a bit more joyous. Moving on up, moving on out. Nothing can stop me. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know what the song is. Who sings it? I don't even know. You got me wrong. Don't drink from the devil's cup. Oh, that's the words in it, isn't it? Don't drink from the devil's cup or something like that. Oh, well, that's the song I'm going to leave for you guys today. Moving on up, moving on out. Nothing can stop us. And that's the song for the Braveheart Biker Freedom Fighters today. Look, if you're new to my channel, bear with us. You'll work it all out in the end. We have a few little special little ditties that we talk about a lot on this channel. So please hit the like buttons, comment down below. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye from Australia. Bye, everyone. Bye.